My husband and I first started dating in November 2015. We moved in together October 2019, got engaged August 2020, married August 2022, and then we decided we wanted to start trying to grow our family in October 2022. This is where our infertility journey begins. Welcome to episode 4. Watch episodes 1 through 3 first to get an idea of our fertility journey from 2022 to this point, as we're now at the beginning of 2024. Otherwise, if you're caught up, we're going to get into it. This video is going to talk a lot about the struggles that I have been going through personally in this new year.
Oh man, my heart is beating. Today is Friday, January 12th, 2024. We have been trying for a baby for like 14, 15 months now. Every month since we started trying, it has been a negative. And last month I decided I was gonna stop testing early just because one, pregnancy tests are pretty expensive. I mean, after, almost a year and a half of buying them, but also just like the utter disappointment of testing, and it's just always a negative. So last month I said to myself I was going to just wait till my period came or didn't come, and then if it didn't come, I would test. The last 2 weeks of December, Alan and I went away on a 12-day cruise for Christmas and New Year's. You guys probably saw those vlogs. And I was ovulating during that trip, and we made the decision that we weren't going to try. We were still gonna baby dance and stuff, but I wasn't gonna bring my thermometer to take my temperature. I wasn't gonna bring the ovulation test just because we wanted to have some time, or 1 month, to kind of just relax. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I am 3 days late, which literally never happens. So I'm shaking, oh my god. So I'm feeling really hopeful that this is finally our time. In the back of my mind, just all the disappointment, I'm like, maybe it's just late because we were traveling for almost 2 weeks. But I told myself if I didn't get it by this morning that I would take a test. So we're gonna take a test. First of all, sleep. I'm waking up every hour almost. Last night was super weird. I woke up at 2:22 a.m. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird because we have an alarm that faces our ceiling. It glows up, so I can, if I open my eyes, I can see what time it is. So I fell back asleep. I woke up again 3:33 a.m. and I was half asleep, but I was very aware. I'm like, that's weird. Whatever, fell back asleep. The third time I woke up, it was 4:44 a.m. I am not shitting you. After that, I just fell asleep till this morning, till my alarm went off. But I was seeing that 3 times. I don't know anything about angel numbers or anything like that, but that was that's a sign also for me to take a test. So I need to count this. So 20 seconds. Oh my god, I'm so freaking nervous. Okay. Today is Monday, January 15th, 2024, so it's been 3 days since I last tested, and I still have not got my period. So now we are 6 days late. The last 3 days have been crazy. I've been researching and reading so many Reddits and just everything, and I'm gonna do another test. I literally don't have any except for these little small stick ones, the easy at home ones from Amazon that come with the ovulation tests. So I'm gonna do that. We're just gonna do it and see what happens. I'm gonna let that sit. Okay, it's been 3 minutes, 50 seconds. I just fed Kobe in the meantime, and I feel like I wanna throw up. I am so nervous. If this is negative, then I just don't understand what's going on with my body. So, negative. It's not making sense.
Good morning, guys. Today is Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. I am currently sitting outside of the fertility clinic that Alan and I are working with because my period is actually 7 days late, which is absolutely absurd for me. My period is super regular. I've probably said this 100 times. I usually get it every 31 days. That's what my cycle is. So the fact that it's 7 days late is a bit crazy. And the craziest part on top of all of that is the fact that I've taken 3 pregnancy tests and they are all negative, which I'm like, what the hell is going on? So yesterday was 6 days late and I decided I'm gonna call the fertility clinic and just see what they say, because I don't know what steps I should do moving forward. So I called them, I explained the situation. I said, look, I'm 6 days late, this never happens. And I just said to them, like, I don't know what to do. Like, do I just wait for my period? Should I get a blood test done? They were super nice. The nurse was like, yes, come in tomorrow morning. I have an availability at 8:40. We'll do a blood test. We'll do some random hormones and see kind of where you are in your cycle and what's going on. So it's 8:36 right now. I'm about to walk in. It's a little bit later now and I got my blood done this morning. I literally just walked Kobe and I left my phone and I was saying to myself, watch, they're gonna call while I'm on the walk, specifically because I forgot my phone. And I just got back and they called me 2 minutes ago.
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I just missed a call about 5 minutes ago from you guys. I got some blood work done this morning, so I think it's, maybe I need the nursing just to go over my results.
And it looks like your progesterone is 30. What that means is you've ovulated.
Okay.
So you should get your period in about a week or so.
Okay, so, but do you know what would cause it to be so late? Okay, bye. It has been, I think, 2 months since I've picked up my camera and updated you guys, since January. We're now in March. That whole thing with my period in January was pretty crazy, but it went back to normal. Got my period February, wasn't pregnant. I just got my period this month again, not pregnant. Also, I am running my dishwasher. You might hear that in the background because it's a little bit loud. So basically, since the last time I picked up this camera, I went back to tracking my ovulation just because of that whole mishap in January. For me, it's just really frustrating because, like, time is everything, and I just feel like we're running out of time, even though we're not. But like, every month is a whole other month of, you know, a missed opportunity. So after January, even though I wanted that break of like not tracking, I just decided I'm gonna go back to it because, like, the way I think about it is our issue is male factor infertility. So the issue is with my husband. His numbers are low. That's already a disadvantage. If I'm not timing my ovulation and we're not baby dancing at the perfect moment, then it's not gonna work. Like, for most people, you know, they say that you can baby dance up to like 5 days before and, you know, the sperm will stay inside of you and that could get you pregnant like 5 days before you ovulate. But just in our scenario, I just don't think that's the case because his numbers are so low in all aspects. Like, to me, in my mind, that just makes sense. Like, I feel like we need to do it perfectly at the perfect time. So, like I said, February, and then this month I went back to ovulation testing, but obviously still not pregnant. However, I do have an update for you guys. Alan just did have his first appointment with a urologist. So this is basically, a urologist is like a male reproductive specialist. He works at the fertility clinic that we're working with. So this has been his first appointment realistically since we last had an appointment in December 2023. So it's been a little bit frustrating just like waiting around for 3 months, but he finally had it, so we're making small progress. Basically, he went in and they talked about a few things. I'm just looking at my phone because I made some points that I want to just like relay to you guys. So basically at this appointment, he spoke with the urologist about a few things, which I'm going to get to in a second. And he also did a scrotum ultrasound, which is, I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, I don't know how I didn't know, but it's pretty much the same thing like how women get ultrasounds on their bellies, but he gets it in his down there, whatever. They came up with a few things just through conversation. You know, this urologist is trying to get more of his medical history and that type of stuff. So there's two main things. The first is Alan had a hernia when he was little. I think he was like 1 or 2 years old or something like that. So basically when he was pretty much a baby, he had a hernia surgery. The urologist said that could definitely be a reason why his count is so low, which is something that we both didn't even think of or know. I guess because when you have hernias, it could just affect like the flow. There could be some sort of blockage. He might not produce anything in that particular testicle. Now the doctor's not 100% sure that's the reason. He's gonna have to do more like research, probably have to do more ultrasounds and just like that type of stuff to find out more detail. This appointment was more like a broad conversation. So that was the first thing. The second thing is my husband has Crohn's disease. I think he was diagnosed with it in like 2016 or 2017. Now, this is crazy and another thing we didn't know. So the medication that he takes for his Crohn's disease is called Pentasa. Now, when he told the urologist this, he said, you need to stop taking that right now. And Alan was like, what do you mean? And he basically said, which I didn't know either, Alan had no idea, we were never told this by his gastro specialist or doctor, but Pentasa, this specific anti-inflammatory medication that he takes for his Crohn's, for apparently like 20 years has been known to cause infertility, specifically in men. And at this point in time, he's been taking this medication for like 7 years, I think, maybe longer. Yeah, it's really frustrating. Sometimes you might see me laugh and it's not because I find it funny, it's just how I'm coping with this. I don't know, like I just feel like sometimes I just need to laugh about it just to like cope with it properly, but it's like obviously very stressful. I just feel like Alan was let down because he wasn't given this information, and maybe it's on us also. We should have done more research about it. But you know, when a doctor says like you have Crohn's, you need to take this medication, we want to believe him. And like, it's not that we didn't believe him, like the medication helps his Crohn's, but we probably would have looked at other options or other medications if we would have known or were given the information that, hey, this could be a side effect, right? So I don't want you guys to freak out if you're watching this and you have Crohn's and you take this specific medication. Always talk to your doctor. I'm not telling you to stop taking it or anything like that. I am just relaying the information that we were given. Now, the urologist didn't tell him to stop taking medication in general. He just said you need to stop taking Pentasa specifically. So he said, you know, call your gastro specialist and be put on something else. Now, out of the two things, the hernia and the Pentasa, the urologist does think it's more so the Pentasa and the medication. So basically what he's asked him to do is to stop taking the Pentasa specifically. He will want him to do another sperm analysis in 3 months, which will be April, May, June. My husband and I decided that he was kind of just gonna cold turkey this whole thing, which might not be a good thing, I don't know, but he's just not gonna take any medication for his Crohn's. We're hoping that with the lifestyle changes that he's been making, you know, exercising more, eating better, drinking like more water and that type of stuff, that will help the Crohn's also at the same time as improving his sperm. So that was a personal choice, but again, the doctor said, you know, to just take something else. So yeah, I just feel like I'm kind of blabbing on right now, but that was just a little bit of an update. So we do have to wait pretty much another 3 months until another appointment, which again is very frustrating because time is everything in this journey. And you know, at this point, like, we could potentially have like almost a 1-year-old, which is crazy to think about. And I think that's like what's the hardest thing. So yeah, I think that's all. I never know how these videos are gonna go because I just don't know how I'm gonna edit them. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. And I'll let you guys know when I have a next update, but hopefully it's gonna be good news moving forward.